Bad. What's going on, Tom?
Hey.
Hey,
Must
hey.
have been a haircut day for everybody.
Yeah, seriously, I gotta go get a hat. I'm getting a hat right now. I told the chick, I was like, I want to look like one of the pinheads from 1931's Freaks, and she ran with it.
Okay.
Did.
How you guys doing, Darcy and Mike?
How you guys? Pretty good, pretty good. I'm glad I made it.
So, hey, we had an eventful week. No?
We did?
I think so.
I don't know, man. I was watching the news for like 10 minutes this morning, and it seems like there's a lot happening. At least, I think we're dropping bombs again, and there's like 20,000 people at the border that they just kind of have in kids camps now. They changed the name of them or something.
It's romper room
I
now.
don't remember we ever stopped dropping any bombs.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
we've been pulling troops home for like 4 years.
Yeah, but we haven't stopped dropping any bombs.
You
You need to
kill
look at the
the,
ordinance. We've been dropping bombs
yeah.
like crazy,
We killed that guy, Khashoggi.
Who's
and
that?
then having other countries
yeah,
do
we
it
know.
by proxy.
We killed the ISIS guy, and we killed the Iranian general. I know that was pretty surgical, but I don't know. I think we have like 2,500 troops in Afghanistan, but these are very serious subjects, so I should probably go around the room. You guys got any topics? I know this is how we do it here on Alls I'm Saying Is. We got Darcy. You could like wave, send a shout out. Somebody. Darcy, you there? All right, that's Darcy.
What?
No, just
Hey,
there you go. That's Darcy. Tom, say hello.
Hello.
Hey, Michael. Okay, and then I'm Jack
How you
stepping
doing,
in. Jack, I'm doing great. I hope everybody is. Jack stepping in for our host with the most, Zeus. He's got to work tonight, and this is all I'm saying is, what is this, guys? Episode 4?
Yeah.
4. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try to I assume I have the green light because everybody's seen the first 3. Oh, Darcy's doing something. Darcy's doing something. Adult content.
Oh, he's cleaning.
Yeah, I know what he's doing. I should do that too. But I'm gonna try. I downloaded some new software. New for me, because I'm not one of my kids who does this. But there's something called Filmora version 10.
oh yeah, I read a review on it.
Does it suck?
No, they if I remember correctly, they said it was a I guess a semi-pro video
Yeah,
editor.
I was
And then
surprised.
there's a Filmora Pro,
Mhm.
that I think you pay a little more, and it has a bunch of features and stuff.
Yeah,
And
I
I
guess.
downloaded
I guess you can
this
do
thing
more
called
on it.
DaVinci.
Oh, I saw something about that.
Yeah, but I loaded it, I looked at it, and I was like, oh wow, I don't know anything about this, so
I don't.
I'm gonna have to go through a tutorial. I mean,
Yes,
like,
same here, but it's gonna be fun. I got nothing but time tonight and tomorrow before I go to the doctor. So, and then the girlfriend. But why not? No, I figure if everybody's watched the first 3, and
Yep.
if all of you guys, I know Zeus is, if everybody's okay with putting them out there, I think it's probably time to catch up with, real time, and get them on YouTube, get them on Facebook. All in
I'm okay with
favor?
it.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Yes, good. All right, cool.
sure.
I'm not sure what will happen. I don't know what YouTube's policies are. I think the last one, somebody dropped an MF. The first one, there was an N-word. I won't say who.
No, that was me.
He's above you. He's above you. He's
Hopefully it would be.
over there.
No.
But,
All right.
no, he's down there on my screen. So as long as YouTube, I don't know if you have to label it as explicit. That's
Sure.
what we used to do on iTunes.
Sure.
But just so the kids don't watch it.
I think the
I don't
kids
think
watch.
any kids are going to be watching this.
Oh, whoa,
Not on purpose.
whoa! What was that? You guys didn't hear that?
They're
No,
coming.
what happened?
Here's sirens.
No, I just heard Zeus's voice, like the voice of God.
Why are you? You're coming up as Zeus. I see Tom. I see Darcy.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah, you're coming up as Zeus.
Your name says Zeus
Guys, oh, you know what it was?
because you're the host.
No, I'm an idiot. The sirens threw me off, and I was looking at Darcy because he was talking about, video edits and video editors, and Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson
Sorry.
sounds just like Zeus.
No.
Really?
Okay.
I told you that before. Yeah, I recommend if you like us, you watch our mugs on any media platform we can get on. Because if you do the audio only, you're pretty much going to hear Zeus and Zeus 2.0, which is Mike.
That's amazing. I did not realize I sounded like him.
Nobody else.
You sort of do.
I don't hear it.
Go ahead.
He does. He does.
He
I'll
totally.
start-
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Mike.
I'll start talking differently a little bit
Hey,
if I can.
Are you still in Weehawken?
No.
Who?
You, Jack.
I'm not
I thought
anywhere.
you moved to.
I'm not anywhere near Weehawken. No, I'm in. I'm in a different city in the same state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and my last name is Allen. Well, it actually says that. I mean, he put his actual name on there. I don't know why. So, Darcy, you did too.
Yeah.
Did you have to register for the pedophile thing?
Who, Darcy?
No, you because you're Zeus Allen tonight.
Oh, I don't. Is that the baggage that comes with this moniker? Because I gotta change it right now.
So
Yeah, you gotta dodge the popo.
Yeah. Well, also, I gotta become an expert on incubuses and succubuses because I don't know if you guys caught that podcast.
And you gotta catch up on Zeus loves Nickelback, man.
Oh my God,
catch
dude! Oh my God, I totally forgot that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. It's absolute. I don't think he knows what a Nickelback actually is.
And he also loves Saved by the Bell. He watches all those old episodes.
and Temple of Doom was his favorite movie of all time.
Poor Screech.
He can
Screech. Wait a second. You guys want to shoot around ideas? We probably should. Go ahead. You want to go, Mike?
I like-
Mike. Go ahead, Mike. Go.
ideas of what to talk about.
Yeah, I thought that's how we do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have there's so much going on. I will share with you just a little bit of the last week. So I missed last week's
Episode 3.
podcast. Sorry about that, but
Yeah,
something
yeah.
I found interesting. So I went down to Florida.
Okay. I can hear you. I just got to step out of here. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, that's cool. Met some people, and the thing that I found that was interesting while I was down there, I went to Ocala, I went to Savannah,
Ooh.
stayed south of the border, went to St. Augustine, and towards the end of the week, I got one of those notifications on my iPhone, and it said that your screen time usage was down 48% from the week before.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys get those things?
Yeah. Every Sunday morning.
And so it was like down 48%. But before I got that, I was like, you know what? I'm feeling really awesome. Like I was having a good time. I was like in a good mood. I wasn't like sweating anything. Anyway, I'm just saying, I think there's a correlation between paying attention to news, paying attention to things that are going on.
Wait a
and
second.
your,
Wait, Mike, what kind of computer do you use? Or are you talking about your phone?
No, it's on my phone. Yeah, I got this message on my phone saying my screen time usage was down 48%.
Do you have an
while I was
iPhone?
away.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay, that must be an Apple thing because I've got an old Android.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
no,
don't-
it's an Apple thing. But
Yeah,
I'm just saying, my point is, before that, my mood was great. I was doing, I was like, things were looking good. And I'm like, I think the more we're paying attention to a lot of crap going on, it has a negative influence on your attitude about stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
no doubt.
I mean, my whole point, like I was talking to a friend of mine. He's a fantastic guy. I mean, he should be on this podcast actually, but
Get
you
'em
know,
on.
at a certain point, I don't need to know the details day to day. Like I kind of have a gist of what's going on. You know, I don't need to know who struck John today or whatever. Like I already have a concept of what's happening, and really kind of decoupling from that day to day stuff. I'm just telling you, it has a great influence on your attitude.
Well, Florida doesn't hurt either.
Florida doesn't hurt either. Like going down to St. Augustine and seeing like ladies in bikinis and stuff like that, and 85 degrees
That'll do it.
in February. That helps too.
Yeah, no doubt.
I would
No,
say.
well, yeah, you kind of touched on that before, Mike. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was week. I guess it was week 2. That was the only other one I was able to do with you.
But just kind of decoupling.
Yeah, no, I think definitely. I mean, there's business people that make millions of dollars. They go on vacation to Mexico once every 6 months, let's say. They don't look at they shut off, right? And I don't care how rich you are and how comfortable your life is. I assume you have to just shut off. Like, you know, I mean, if we could do this podcast together from like fucking Tulum, Mexico, you know, sipping on margaritas and stuff, I think we probably wouldn't know what to talk about other than movies and bad sequels and comic books and kids. And it would be great. I don't even watch. I try not to watch politics anymore because it triggers me, and I know it. And there's not enough aggressive stuff to do in the world to just get you right when you have dinner with your mom or talk to your kids. I mean, I totally agree with you. My mom watches the news in the morning, so I'm subjected to it for maybe 20 minutes. And it's like, oh, Jesus, this is going on now. And it's, you know, and then you have the other people who don't follow real news, but they know what Cardi B had for lunch because they're on her Instagram channel. And they're eating that crap all day. And it's just like, you know, I'd rather just, I don't know, read comic books shit. Like, I mean, I just don't want to do that or watch sports. You know, how are the Bruins doing? How are the Celtics?
I like reviews on new electronics.
Well, there you go.
Mostly.
Well, Darcy, you got your passion, brother.
And I like. Have you? Well, I think I mentioned it before. Thunderfoot.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to debunk, like he's really got a thing for Elon Musk. You know, because Elon Musk, even though he does great things, that guy's a liar. He's a liar with some things.
He's got issues. Yeah.
Well, well, I mean, Jeff Bezos actually got married, and he had to give away like the dollars.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
These guys are. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm saying his ex-wife.
But if you lose half of real money, you still have a lot of real money.
Yeah, I'd still.
You know, if you only make $100,000 and someone takes half of that, you're broke.
You know what? Bullshit. I would be resentful as hell. I would be.
Bezos' wife, his ex-wife, after their settlement, became the wealthiest woman in America.
She didn't help him when he was running that thing out of a garage?
I'm just saying, her net worth, she is the wealthiest woman in the United States.
And she didn't get like half. She didn't.
I don't even think she got half.
No. Well, who got the rich?
She's the wealthiest woman in America right now.
Well, Mike, who was the wealthiest man in America when COVID hit? That would be one Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
that guy made bank.
Yeah, Amazon was made for this whole thing.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the guy that delivers. He was like, "Man, I'm at this house more than any other house. You guys always."
Yeah, you see, you're feeding the beast, Darcy. You're feeding the beast.
What can I say? hey, I mean, it makes life easy.
So Mike,
It's the alternative to Amazon. I mean, I feel kind of guilty ordering from Amazon all the time.
Yeah, but when you're
There's
ordering from
nothing else.
Amazon, you're ordering from other small businesses.
That's
Amazon
right.
is a
right, conduit.
they're like a medium. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
For some of the purchases, yeah.
Well, that's why you got to sell stuff on Facebook or eBay. Go old school. Go old school.
Facebook, like that's better.
No, Facebook has a market. I mean, what kind of cut are they getting?
Yeah.
But all right. So Mike,
And I've used it.
well, Mike, is that what you wanted to talk about again, or did you anything else on your mind? I don't want to do a 2020 is hindsight is 2020 on 2020.
Yeah,
and
no.
I don't want to do that if Zeus isn't here. I mean, like I think the big man should be here for that because he's a nurse. In case you didn't know. In case you didn't know that.
I mean, he tells everyone. So
I know.
he tells everybody. No, I mean, I would say, we're looking at. There's a good chance that by April we're going to be hitting herd immunity. That's a huge deal.
I hope so. Well, we have like 2 vaccines now, so
I got my doubts about all that.
I got my doubts.
Why is because now states are like, oh yeah, let's not mandate mask wearing. I'm like, I don't get it. So
I do.
and we don't even know how long the effectiveness is. It might only be 6 months.
We don't know.
So
I don't know.
But if we keep going along with this,
this is nothing. This is nothing that you can half-ass. And I'm sorry, we were
stop.
demonetized or
You
whatever.
can say ass.
I think ass is okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But you can't do it halfway. It's like I said at
But
the start of this whole thing when they did the Sturgis and the spring break, I was like, why? This is not.
I don't know, man.
You can't have a submarine with screen doors.
I don't know, dude. I disagree only in the way that at this point we've had so many people lose their businesses. We've had kids not going to school, offing themselves. We know that the victims of this predominantly are the old and the sick who.
Yeah, but look.
Darcy, if they want to order from Amazon.
Weeks. That was a waste of money. So I was down for 3 weeks. Everybody can't be down for 3 weeks.
No, they can't.
That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
What were you down for 3?
But Darcy, that's
I had COVID.
Darcy
had COVID.
Darcy,
so
I
definitely had COVID.
Darcy, I had it for a month in February of 2020. I mean, my mom and I both had it for a month. I have a hernia that I have to get taken care of because of the coughing. I mean. But I lived, and
with me it was that shaking because I was constantly cold, and so I had my ribs were all bruised from the shaking.
Yes,
trying to warm back up.
Yeah, but when I had it, they called it an upper respiratory infection. They gave me prednisone and an inhaler. I mean, people survived it. They say the survival rate, if you're under like fucking 75. Is 98.9886%. I mean, like
but you have a hernia.
Yeah, and I'll get it fixed.
I mean, it's not just like you have it and then you're over.
No, it's like
it's not the flu.
No, but the flu is killed. The flu kills hundreds of thousands of kids. But
the flu is 4 days.
No, I know.
5 days.
Darcy, I hear you. It sucks. But I mean, Jesus, I say caveat emptor. If you want to go out with a mask on and go have dinner with your wife at a restaurant that you support, go to a movie instead of watching one at home getting stoned.
My problem is, I'm sure if you could backtrace my infection, somewhere it came from some asshole
who didn't have a mask
that decided not to wear a mask.
Yeah,
and that's.
Or Darcy, he wore the same mask for a week. And he coughed right through the goddamn thing. I mean, remember, this is aerosol. It's not you touch it.
I mean, here's the thing, man. It's like, again, I live in Montgomery County, Maryland.
Oh,
And
look, you outed yourself, Michael.
it's okay.
The only
my
problem I
point is-
have with Maryland is the gun laws. That's it.
There you go.
But my point is, 95, I mean, 99, probably 100% of people I see and have seen, you know, through 2020 after this started, are wearing masks.
Yeah.
So, and it's still spreading. So masks aren't doing it.
No.
You know, I mean, this is not like when someone gets cancer. I mean,
I'm
or
sure my
people-
mask protected me during the year that I went without contracting it, because I was pretty much
You
I was
still
pretty much
got it.
going through life
You still got it,
like
Darcy.
normal.
You
But I
still
got it from family. They brought it right back here. That's how I got it.
All right, so your
But
family,
it's
so your
using, like,
so your family's
get-togethers.
not wearing a mask.
But if
When
someone
you're
gets
inside the
cancer,
house.
do we like start yelling at them about like they should have been more careful and not gotten cancer, or like not smoked or whatever? I mean, at a certain, I mean, I'm just saying, I walk around, everyone I see is wearing a mask, and yet it's still spreading in my
Well,
county.
you said you went to Florida, right?
I went to Florida.
Now
pretty much
I have to go to Florida usually
everyone is
every other
wearing
month. Yeah. I see a lot of people
What are the
not
what are the
wearing
COVID
masks in
rates?
stores in Florida.
What are the
And
COVID
I see
rates
a
in
lot
Florida?
of people, I don't know, and I see a lot of people that like don't understand like how to wear a mask. It's like, you know,
Darcy,
ugh.
Darcy, it's Florida.
So listen, before I went down, for the week and a half before I went down, I didn't have meetings with anyone. I didn't see people. I got tested. I got a negative result back. I drove, so I was with less people driving than I would have been if I was like, you know, going to work. But most people down there, I would say there were some people that are like, I don't have to wear a mask, whatever. But the
Everywhere.
vast majority of people who were inside places were wearing masks. And again, I'm not like trying to shame people into wearing masks or not, but my point is the schools are open. There's no outbreaks in the schools down there.
No, anywhere.
You know, meanwhile in Montgomery County, schools are closed. I have 2 friends who have lost children to suicide in the last year.
Wow.
2 of them.
Wow. How old? Mike, how old?
One was 42. The other one was like in their 20s.
No, the kids.
The kids.
Oh, okay.
The kid.
Oh, okay.
No, I hear you.
I'm not saying that was it. I mean, that's not saying that was the result of it.
Well, it's never one thing, Mike. You know that.
It's never one thing. You know, I've lost loved ones to suicide before, so it's not one thing.
Right.
But my point is, it's also, you know, wearing a mask. To say that you're getting a disease because someone didn't wear a mask, I don't think that's necessarily accurate either.
Well, also Michael and Darcy and Tom. I'm sorry, we got to get Tom in here too. But if you're sitting, like, I mean, think about the winter time, right? You go outside, you touch your doorknob, you take your mask off when you get home. Maybe you touch your face, right? Anything. Like, you're not always like I was OCD about washing hands long before COVID, but some people are not. And if you're in like the heat's on in your house, you're stuck in the house with your 4 co-residents, your dad, you know, your mom or your sister or your wife and your 2 kids and your dog. It's like a petri dish in that friggin' apartment or house anyway. And this is an aerosol virus similar to the flu or any other coronavirus, and you're outside. And the bottom line is the numbers in Florida, Darcy, are very low compared to some of the other states. I mean, they just are. And then DeSantis, some people say he's great for what he's doing, and then other people who don't line up with him politically say that he's stupid. And we get this, and the wheel goes round and round.
You don't think spring break was like a super spreader event?
I don't know, because those people came from all over the country.
Right. That's how I think it got into those little spots, you know, like those
Darcy,
like
maybe.
Solo, Wyoming, and stuff like that.
Maybe it
People
did.
go to those places, and
But
Awesome.
Darcy, maybe it did. Maybe somebody from Provo, Utah, went to spring break, fooled around with a bunch of girls or guys, came home, and maybe his brother got it, and his brother infected a coworker before we all started having to wear masks and couldn't go to work in the first place. But the bottom line is the numbers went down in Florida, and like Michael said, he's seen your typical Floridian stereotype walking around with no mask on saying, I don't have to do that. And
It's
obla di obla da. I mean, like, it's just, you can't account
really
for
hard.
two.
It's hard to make heads or tails out of it because, like you said, Florida's numbers are no worse off than California or New York, and it's a comparable size state with the population and the urban areas and everything. And the policies are completely different between Florida and New York and California. So it's hard to make heads or tails out of it. And I'm kind of in the middle. I mean, I'm a mask wearer and I promote that, and I'll probably be wearing one for a long time. I just feel better with it.
Me too.
But we can't keep on with this, the abundance of caution. Out of an abundance of caution, we're going to close everything down, because you can always have that excuse. That can go on for the next 100 years. You can have an abundance of caution. So you got to kind of, at some point, you got to just, you got to roll the dice, I guess. And
Hey,
just
Tom, real quick.
If you want to.
What I want you to do is say, you kept it going till the sun fell down. You kept it going. No, it's just all black. I just see your head.
Who is that? Whose song is that?
It's
The Cars,
right?
Oh, the Cars.
Heartbreak City.
Hey, Darcy.
Yeah.
No, we should have him do like "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins, dude.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh
my
man,
God.
about 3 or 4 weeks ago, he did some band. One of his kids is in a band or whatever at his high school, and he sung "In the Air Tonight" with the band
Oh,
at an assembly or something. It was like a surprise,
who, Collins?
which was pretty neat. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. The kids already knew who his dad was. He's probably he's got a studio in his house with platinum records everywhere. But
who I've been watching lately. Have you guys seen these Ace Frehley? He's got like a Facebook series where he just reviews. People give him like their box of old records, their collection.
Oh shit!
And he grades their record collection.
Oh wow!
He goes through like album by album. He takes each one out.
Oh
And
wow!
he's pretty good now. He's been sober like 10 years.
Yeah.
But each album, he like takes it, he holds it up, he tells you about the band, how he met them, he tells a little story, goes on to the next one. It's really entertaining. If you have a chance, look for it on Facebook. But
totally. That's awesome. I would definitely do that. I'd like to give him my record collection now if I can get it back from my ex.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that story where vinyl sales last week for the first time since like 1986 surpassed CD sales?
Oh, CDs are dead.
Okay.
CDs are dead.
Vinyl.
I'm saying vinyl sales.
It's
like
funny,
but
I want to
since
say it was like 2 years
1986
ago. I saw a lot of ads for like record players and stuff.
Oh, dude, they
which
sell
I
them
thought
at
was
Barnes.
kind of weird.
Darcy, they sell them at Barnes and Nobles, for God's sake. You walk in to get a book, you walk out with a phonograph.
Yeah, I have one CD player. I have 2 vinyl players in my house.
Well, I still have a whole bunch of albums and stuff from my grandparents and stuff. They got
that's
a lot of that old stuff.
That's good
and
shit.
I would love to go through it.
Yeah, you can get a phonograph. I think like I said, Barnes and Nobles. I was shocked. Plus, they had like vinyl from like Iron Maiden and like it was like me being like 12. I couldn't believe it.
I have a quick topic I'll throw out there that I just thought of, and this was
Sweet.
not something that I came up with, but it was one of the guys from that group. They Might Be Giants, and he was being interviewed, and he was talking about kids these days and like how they get to listen to new music, and the difference between having a curated playlist, like say Pandora or something along those lines, where they're giving you what you want to hear, versus a local radio station being curated by a disc jockey that's like, hey, I want you to listen to this, and like being exposed to things that are new. And it really kind of struck me, because it was like, yeah, if you're just being fed what you're supposed to like, you're not going to be exposed to things that are outside your realm, versus a radio station that got a DJ that's like, hey guys, I want you to listen to this thing. Like, it's hard. It's, even though you have access to everything now, it's actually more difficult to get exposed to things that you're not, that's already not in your wheelhouse.
Well, Napster did that.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Like Napster, I would see I was like, Portishead. Let me go on and download this. And I was like, oh wow, this is kick-ass. And then I started getting into like all sorts of lounge music. And then I got into like the late 50s, early 60s lounge music, like the Rat Pack and all that stuff, And man, I love that stuff, man. Dean Martin and that stuff is awesome,
Yeah, no kidding.
And I wouldn't have been into it if I hadn't downloaded it. And let's see, a lady that I was dating at the time, her dad, well, part of her family, they were all going to Japan, and she was like, hey, I know, I got you the iPod and everything, but she was like, hey, you think you could let my dad borrow the iPad for like a couple of weeks when we go to Japan, because you have so much music on there. Because I had like something like, if you played it back to back, it was something like 90 days of music.
That's what I got. That's what I got. Yeah.
I mean, I killed Napster, and
yeah, so did I, dude.
And he loved it. He was like, wow. He's like, this was great.
But that versus something like Pandora that's looking at an algorithm that's like, hey, I think you'll like this. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not saying one is bad.
I haven't used Pandora in a long time. But if they have some kind of algorithm, the way like TiVo, when that first came out, remember TiVo?
Mm-hmm.
Like I hacked my TiVo as soon as I got it. I want to say that was like, it must have been like 2000 or 2001 or something like that when I got that thing. And it was a 14-hour one. I was like, well, that's not enough. So immediately, because the problem was that the one that I wanted that had like, it was like 80 hours or something like that, they wanted like $700. And I was like, but the drive only cost like, $100, $200, something like that. So I went and figured out how to hack it and make the Linux partitions and then copy there was one specific partition that was for the OS itself. It had to be copied over. I did that. I got that thing up and running, and I had something like 120 hours of video. And it was the neatest thing, because I'd watch what I wanted, and TiVo would see, hey, since you watched this, I think you might like this. And so it would make this channel like of suggestions or whatever. And I'd go through it, and man, I found all sorts of things to watch. So if it's like that, then yeah. But like a lot of the ones that are running now, like on different things, it just doesn't it doesn't work out, because it'll go, oh, because you like this, you might like it. I'm like, that makes no sense.
Yeah. It's like, where's the challenge? Like, what are you being exposed to that maybe you don't like?
Nothing.
That maybe you will if you listen to it,
Yeah. Mike, maybe it's a song by an artist you already clicked like on that you never heard, and then if you like the song, but that's about it. Or it'll go by like genres. Like, remember Darcy with the iPod and stuff? It would alternative, hard rock, psychedelic rock, whatever. But I got to play a little show and tell, Darcy, because I did the same thing as you. Now I have this Gumpy thing because my Bose speaker dock died. So I have this that I just put in batteries today, and then I have this, which is my classic.
iPod.
Pre-iPad. It's the only Apple. It's the only Apple thing I own, and it has like 21 days of songs on my party mix alone. Yeah. And I don't have a wireless Wi-Fi. I mean, I love it because I put it on random, and like you said, Portishead comes up, or like Garbage, or the Squirrel Nut Zippers, and then it's Buddy Holly. It's fucking, and then it's the Jets from 1980s. Like it's you get fucking everything. I love it. So Mike, you're totally. But hey, I feel bad though, Tom. I think you said you like I want to shoot around ideas, and Tom, I thought you said maybe you had one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple. I mean, just before I forget on this topic, do you guys watch those videos? They're on YouTube a lot of the kids being exposed to a band for the first time.
Yes.
Oh,
those two. To Queen
have you seen the one
time.
with the two? There are these two black kids. I think they're brothers, and they will watch like these old videos and stuff, or listen to some old rap.
They'll watch movies sometimes. Yeah. Either
those guys are awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I love watching their reactions. It's crazy.
Yeah,
and it's hard to fathom that people haven't heard of these things.
No, it's not. And it's not because we're old.
Yeah. No, it's hard to fathom that we're old. We're old. We're old. It's just like all the new stuff. Like my son, I've always thought about doing stuff in Minecraft, because I think it's really neat. The engine is neat. You can do a little programming, Visual Basic and stuff. You can actually make things work,
My kids,
and, I've always meant to do it, and I finally got a whole bunch of stuff for him. He's got his iPad and everything. He's 4, and he knows how to do way more stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause I have no idea. I'm like, damn. I meant to play around with it, but I just don't have the time. I mean, I understand the whole thing. I could, if I sat there for an afternoon and did it, I'm sure I'd be better than him, but he's making volcanoes.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Oh, Darcy, I want to go back to Tom, but real quick. I think my kid turned 10, my second son, he's 18. I don't know what happened. He had a birthday sleepover party with a bunch of boys from the neighborhood and stuff. We had just gotten Minecraft. And some kid whose parents were divorced and he would visit from like Martha's Vineyard or someplace. He got on the Minecraft, and I thought my kids were good. They had swords and they're fighting spiders and zombies, right, and creepers, and this kid opened another dimension to like the Ender world, and it's all like dark and like it looks like damnation, and like there's dragons flying around, and I was like, I felt like my dad when I had Slayer and Iron Maiden on. Like I was like, this is satanic. What did you do?
It's a little dark for 8-year-olds.
It's very dark. I was like, what that? There's dragons and like Satan and stuff.
Whenever the sun goes down, the zombies come out. I mean,
no. Minecraft. Ask Darcy. They're out in the daytime. They're walking around. It's nuts. It's nuts. But Tom, I'm sorry, Tom. What were you gonna say, dude?
Well, I got some ideas, and maybe these will be for next week or something, because they're more like serious, probably long. There'll be a long conversation, but I want to get into the socialism, the rise of socialism, and then I want to talk about the what.
No, I love it. I love it.
And we can cover these like down the road. If we're I don't know how much time we have for tonight, but if we want a shorter topic, I had an idea for a question I wanted to throw out to you, and this is maybe, I wish Conspiracy Mike was here.
Yeah, he
But I was going to
sucked.
ask you guys.
Oh,
sucked.
this would-
is this the flat earther? Is this the
Yes.
flat earther?
Yes. Dude, he
and
bailed.
somehow that
He
footage
bailed.
mysteriously disappeared. And
He
we-
bailed. He bailed. He doesn't want to come on. He hasn't
Oh,
even
come on.
seen. He never even saw the final product. He doesn't want to get Zoom. He doesn't want to give his. The
Neither
quote,
did we.
no, the
Got
quote
lost.
was. The quote was, "I don't want to give my Gmail password to China." And I said,
Okay.
"You don't." I said, "You don't have to." Darcy, I'm not even kidding. And I was like, "Dude, you're just afraid. Stop."
I
And
don't want to give my Gmail password to Gmail. That's what
I don't either. I don't want to give it to anybody. Yeah. I got my porn
There
on
was
there.
some things on Google, right? I forget what it was. There was something I was like starting a program, and at the beginning, it said to run this program, you have to give Google access to all of your emails,
Oh.
and they can delete anything, or they have access to all your emails, all your photos, something like that. And I was like, okay, no, I don't want this program. And then I just stopped right there.
What was it? Was it an email management program?
It might have been some. Well, no, it
Because
wasn't just
there was
email.
because
No, it was
at one
something
time
else.
I had something like
Because obviously they had
20,
need access to
25
your email.
gigs of Gmail, and I tried to stay on top of it and delete stuff, but after a while, it just gets all crazy, So I went and subscribed to some kind of email management thing. And that was like the best thing in the world. The first time I ran it, it deleted like half the mail, and I was worried about going through it and deleting stuff and accidentally deleting something that I wanted. But, when it went on and deleted all that crap, I was like, yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
because I was tired of seeing
Yeah, it wasn't
that,
an email, man. It was something like a
60,000
normal program.
email,
Scorched
little
earth.
red.
Scorched earth.
But
Yeah.
okay, so anyway, my question. So I'm going to pose this to you. Maybe this will be a conversation starter. Let's see. But my question is, what I want each of you to tell me. Think of one thing that you believe that when you tell other people, they're like, "Oh, you're crazy." What is the one wildest, or it can be a conspiracy, or Bigfoot, or you've seen a ghost, or you were on a UFO, whatever. What's the one thing that you believe that when you tell other people, they're shocked and they're like, "Oh my God, you're nuts."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're shocked, but Zeus busts my balls all the time because I'm like, there have been previous intelligent civilizations on this planet that have come and gone that we don't know about, and some that we do know about.
Yep.
And to
Hold
think
it,
that
you
we
mean like aliens?
No.
not necessarily,
Oh,
not necessarily.
okay.
I mean,
Like-
maybe, but between when
Like how
the
intelligent?
between when the dinosaurs were here and we were here, I mean, like, Namadal and Puma Punku and like all these other places where, there's evidence of, intelligent design.
Easter Island. Easter Island.
Intelligent design.
Just,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
well, just
Intelligent
that
design.
they're structures that were obviously made by people who had, access to advanced mathematics, things along those lines. In other words, that there's not just like the dinosaurs went extinct and all of a sudden we popped up 12,000 years ago. That there was like, I don't believe that there was 45 million.
Well, no,
happened.
we popped up 300,000 years ago.
Well, even
Go
even
before
so,
that. Go back.
But yeah, there's so much in that, one thing I say to people is I say, if we didn't have, well, it's pretty much Christianity. I think we'd be like about 700 years ahead in science. I think we lost 700 years. I think the burning
The
of
Dark Ages,
of Alexandria, the library, like that just
didn't
got
help.
rid of a whole lot of
I'll give you
technology,
that.
and then followed by the Dark Ages.
I'll give you
It
that.
just imagine
Yeah.
if we were on the moon in like 1300 or something.
I'll give you
Well,
that.
I think there's a lot of
That's not
you know,
crazy.
you know, in archaeology, there's a lot of people that have preconceptions that aren't pushed or tested. I'm just saying that's one thing I bring up. I mean, I bring it up with Zeus, and he thinks I'm insane. I'm like, so what's more insane, thinking that there was like previous civilizations that were intelligent on this planet before we got here, or that tens of millions of years went by where there was nothing? You know, I don't know.
But I don't think there are any aliens though. I don't think any no intelligent beings from some other place have been here, and it's strictly because of time and distance. You know, it's just because of that. You know, if you take our star, shrink it down to the size of a grain of sand, right? You drive 80 miles in one direction and place another grain of sand on the ground. That's how far, as far as scale, you know, the average star, groupings of stars in the galaxy are spread apart.
Okay, wait a minute.
So,
Wait a minute. All right. Well,
what?
well, Tom, you should go because you brought it up.
Well, I mean,
I've
I
got
don't
something.
have anything that's really
Oh.
shocking. I've got,
I do. I do.
You already had yours.
I mean, it's minor thing like deja vu is one. I don't know if everybody believes in that, but I get that a lot.
I do
I
too.
don't know what it's caused from. If people think that it's from like the memory of, you know, the universe expanding and contracting, and we're just repeating ourselves over and over. I'm not sure what causes it. So there's
Yeah.
that, and then for the space travel, I mean, I do believe that obviously there's life out there.
Right.
But
Yeah,
like Darcy's saying,
I
we don't
agree
know
with
if it
that.
reached us. It probably hasn't reached us, but I think there are, you know, there is life out there that's
Oh
probably
yeah, I
traveling, maybe
definitely
on their
think
way
that.
right now. We may not see them for a while, but I mean, space travel is possible. We're kind of doing it right now. We're traveling through space, but we're just kind of going in a circle.
All
If
right.
we just kind of got off into one direction, then we would, you know, with a self-contained, if we had some sort of like nuclear power or something and some sort of giant geosphere where we could produce oxygen and energy and light and we could grow food, we could just kind of shoot off in one direction towards like the
Whatever.
nearest planet that we believe has, or the nearest sun that we believe has habitable planets around it, and just
Right.
aim for that. And
Well, like Alpha Centauri, the closest you know, star
yes,
to us or whatever. I mean, it would still take us like 20,000 years or something like that to get
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But
Right
what's
now.
the alternative? If
Right
we just
now,
stay
but-
on Earth and we just keep spinning around in a circle and we don't try,
Well, I think the
Same
biggest
thing.
thing we need to do is get off this rock. That's, you know,
Yeah.
I don't believe in any kind of supernatural or anything like that. I think, you know,
It's
we're just life.
It's
going to get hit by
And-
an asteroid eventually. So
right.
we
Right.
need to
Right.
get moving.
All right. Well. Look,
What-
Mike. It's an interesting question because we already have. You've already said civilizations existing before this one that we know. You know, we know about 0 AD, and we know about BC up to a point, right? That's when we had literature, we had writing, we have artifacts, we have dinosaur bones, and then there's a big gap. And then we have these places that seem to fall somewhere in between, that they're able to do the technology with the dating, the carbon dating, and the cave drawings and all that, right? So we got Mike, and Darcy already disagrees.
Technology. I mean,
No, we have Darcy who already disagrees.
Technology.
No. I mean, that's what it was. Darcy
They're
disagrees.
like Easter Island is worshiping giant heads. I don't know
Well,
if they call
okay,
that
well, they
advanced technology.
Well, I mean, they somehow were able to sculpt them. They went a long way from stick figures, didn't they? And not to mention the pyramids, the Mayan pyramids, the Aztec
But I
pyramids.
don't think it's out of line with where they were, you know, in the history of man.
I mean, there are people that say we couldn't build the pyramids now the way they did if we wanted to. So look, and then you have Stonehenge, which they say has like literally astronomical center to it in a certain place on Earth. So the point is, we already have disagreeers to Mike's. Tom says he runs into people who have different theories on deja vu and whether it's just a blip or whether time is a flat circle or whether we just keep, you know, whatever. Darcy says there's absolutely no way aliens came to this planet. Like, impossible in the existence of the planet Earth, which is, to me, how would you know?
Well, no, it's not a how would I know. This is just a numbers thing. Like why?
Okay,
There would
does
have to
that
be
that
like
takes
a wormhole.
that takes a
but
massive
Darcy,
amount of
or
resources.
dimensional
Wait,
travel.
You'd have
Darcy,
to have
Darcy, if we've
What?
only been around for so many 100,000 years, which you've already conceded, and we're already putting drones on fucking Mars in that time.
yeah, but
And we've got
but
stars and planets out there that have been around for millions of years.
That's 30 light minutes away.
Yes, so what?
So isn't time another dimension, right? So I mean, you're going on the assumption that time as we experience it is the way all beings would experience it.
Well, no, I'm just going on like aerodynamics and like and NASA rockets and whatnot. We're already doing stuff that was a science fiction episode like in Star Trek. You know what? How many? 60 years ago.
But we're not really going anywhere.
I don't know.
These are small.
I don't believe
small
that.
distances.
I don't believe. Well,
These
you
are
call them
very
small.
distances.
I don't believe that. Like, I mean, look where we are. Look where we are in 200,000 years.
We have two I don't know, probes or whatever you want to call them that we sent out back in the 70s and haven't even left the solar system yet.
Voyager 1 and
Voyager 2. Right.
Yeah.
But we are. I mean, Einstein has already shown that speed has an influence on time. I'm just saying, I agree with you, Darcy. If in our construct of what we understand, but I'm just saying I leave some openness to the idea of there may be another way. You know, either. I mean, it sounds crazy, but because the topic was, what do you say that people say you're crazy?
Right.
Transdimensionalism. I'm saying where speed affects time. I mean, we already know that. That's a fact. I mean, in physics.
Also, we have
that time is influenced by speed.
This little doodad that we didn't have 50 years ago.
So,
but before you waste the resources to go anywhere, you'd first have to have a reason to go there.
Well,
I mean,
it might be too late. It might be too late by that point. It might be too late.
No, I'm not saying
the radio signal. We've been letting ourselves be known.
That's true.
For only a little over 100 years. I mean, 100 light years is not far. You know, it's just not.
Right.
Our galaxy is 100,000 light years across.
Yeah, but Darcy, think about it though. When you still have planets and civilizations that theoretically could have been around for so effing long that they boggle the mind.
What was that? The Hawking scale?
No, Darcy, you already said
civilization.
You already said we've been around for 300,000 years. That's nothing. It's a speck in the blip.
Darcy's got a good point. So why did SETI not capture anything coming from?
It takes a long time for stuff to get here.
But the stuff,
I mean, who knows? There might
have been out there for
or
forever.
Maybe they just don't. You know, they don't have.
Don't use radio.
Maybe they're still hitting each other with stones and stuff. You know,
but
maybe they don't have any.
Regardless of whether one believes that this planet has been visited from people, you know, outside our solar system, I still think there's a lot of compelling evidence. And again, I don't know, but there's a lot of compelling evidence that there have been organized, intelligent civilizations on this planet.
Yeah, those are called humans.
Before
we do things.
Or not humans. I mean, we don't know. I mean, you're talking the amount of time we're talking about is substantial. I mean, I'm saying terrestrial, not extraterrestrial. I mean, that's a whole other thing. But
you mean like there was some other race of an actual other race?
I don't know if they're on our tree, but what I'm saying is the idea that we are the only intelligent beings that have been on this planet. I think that's kind of arrogant because
no, I don't. I don't at all.
Would we see a sign of it?
Period of time. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't we see some signs of that they were here?
So a lot of times, if you look
We
at like
did.
what's left in the record, and then things are like monolithic structures and stones and things like that, and people are like, well, why did all these people, they just created things out of stones? It's just that that's all that's left. If we were wiped out tomorrow, and you go forward 10,000 years, what would be left from us? Like Mount Rushmore,
Maybe.
a couple statues.
Someone might find a Harry Potter book and then think that was
Maybe.
all real and start a
Maybe
whole
From-
new
yeah,
religion
I think
based
from
on
us
Harry
is gonna be a
Potter.
lot.
That would all be
Darcy,
gone. I mean,
Darcy, you're right. You're totally right.
the only things that would be left
if I could
huge
get rid of
monolithic structures.
everything,
Wait. Go ahead,
Everything-
Mike.
if
Go
I could
ahead.
get rid
No.
of all our knowledge, if I could get rid of all of our knowledge, right, everything would be different except the science. The science would be the same because there's no like
Is the math.
Spanish science or black science
No.
or Christian science.
Mike's I see Mike's eyes are moving. What's going on there, Mike?
No, I'm saying it's not that the only thing that these people did previously were monolithic structures. It's that the monolithic structures are the only thing that have survived.
Right.
It's not like they didn't have paper. They didn't have other means.
I
It's
mean,
just
hell,
those
we still
things
don't know how to
disappeared.
make we still don't know the recipe for the cement that the Romans used to make their aqueducts. We still,
Yeah,
and it's just some little mixture. It's a proportion of
but
this and that.
and that wasn't even
And we
that long
still
ago.
don't have that.
And that wasn't that long
But
ago.
if they were like highly advanced technologically, they would have the ability to make like a airtight container and put their writings inside
Maybe.
that and
Like
save
I
it.
said, what
It
if
wouldn't be
we got
just
hit by an
stones
asteroid
left over.
tomorrow? If our species were wiped off the planet tomorrow, what would be left from our culture 10,000 years from now? 20,000,
There'd be a lot of
100,000,
junk. I mean,
a
the CD-ROMs
million,
that we talked
a
about.
million years from now? What would be left? And that's what we're looking at. That's
We'd have
we're-
the trash and the poop and stuff that we left on the moon.
So
I'm just saying, there's caves in France where they found cave drawings that predate what we know, as far as like in
Yeah.
our time frame. Yeah, I mean,
There are
anyway,
some
the
unexplained
discussion
things.
was, what do we say that people say we're crazy? That's one thing. I think that there have been multiple civilizations on this planet that have risen and fallen with or without alien
That's
influence.
possible, yeah. But I just don't think they're super advanced.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
they
I don't know.
I don't think they
Me
have to
neither.
be. I don't think they have to be. Maybe they only made it half as far as we did. Otherwise, God knows, like Darcy said, maybe Christianity fucked it all up. Who the hell knows? But I think it's interesting. It's a great question, Mike, because we already had differing viewpoints. Now, I don't know if I mentioned the ancient civilizations and Zeus said I was nuts, I would say, well, you believe in a succubus and an incubus and, energy vampires and whatnot. But
That's probably more of a sexual thing.
yeah, I think it has
Yeah.
to do with something
He's got
like
a
that.
fetish.
Well, no, actually, he tied it all to pedophilia.
It all goes back to pedophilia with
I
Zeus,
know. It was hard to keep everybody in line that night. But I would say, like, I agree. I don't know what deja vu is. I have no idea, but I do have it a lot. And there were times in my life when I was a kid, I had it constantly. And now as I get older, I don't have it as much. And as far as civilizations that we can't explain already having been here, because we have some remnants, that's not far-fetched to me at all. The idea that alien life's never been here, ever, is a little closed-minded, I think. No offense. Alien life, I think we all agree, has to probably mathematically exist somewhere, so that's not even crazy. I think the crazy people are the people that say, no way.
We're
And
the
that's,
center of everything.
yeah, that's just dumb. That's like Dark Ages dumb. I'll call it what I feel like it. But Darcy had mentioned the ghost thing.
What was that? What do you mean?
You had mentioned that, you know, people say, oh, I believe in a supernatural. I believe in a higher level of existence, or our energy turns into still us for a point, while before maybe we're there forever. Who knows? You know, haunted old bed and breakfasts all over the country and hotels that are haunted because they've been around for so long, or ancient graveyards, all that, you know, the gothic horror stuff. That's kind of my area of interest, I guess, because I'm not a ghost hunter per se, but I do believe that there's more than is dreamt of in our philosophies, to quote Shakespeare. And I mean, I just believe I get the look, some, not from my friends, but, or like, you know, most people kind of have a vibe at some point in their life that something bigger than them is possible, whether you're born again or whether you've walked into a room and felt something that was unexplainable. And some people, it's more. There's psychics, professionals that could sit down with you. I mean, I know one intimately, and whether it's tarot cards or whatever, they just know shit. And sometimes, you know, I don't know, man. If somebody says, oh, I think there's ghosts, or I think that there are such things as spirits that are human spirits, that's my personal one. I do believe that. And a lot of people are like, you're fucking nuts. You know, and I think it depends on your worldview of whether it's God or whether it's energy and what happens to it, or, you know, what have you, whether you're a complete nihilist or you have faith, or somewhere in between, something you experience makes you go, you know, what the hell was that? I can't explain that. Like, that's strange to me. So that would be mine. I don't necessarily believe in a succubus. You know, I don't think every pedophile priest is actually a demonic force that is going to knock on Zeus's window at night. Like, I don't think that's true. I could be wrong, but that's my one. You know, it's probably not a discussion, but that would be mine.
Do you think he wants a succubus to come to?
That's what that comes back to what I said. It's the fetish.
Yeah. I think he wants the succubus to like him.
I'll tell you, I don't know if you've ever seen a ghost. The only thing I've ever seen, the closest thing I've seen that I would say is borderline supernatural. One time, many years ago, I was in my apartment. I lived by myself. I was sitting at my desk, and out of the corner of my eye, at first, I saw in the hallway, outside my room, just two like points of like green light.
Yes.
And I would describe them as eyes only because they were like at that height. There's nothing else, just 2 points of green light. They were spaced about that far apart, and they were at that height. So I saw these 2 points of green, and then I turned to face it direct on. So it wasn't just out of the corner of my eye. I was looking straight at it to make sure it was there. And I looked at them, and they kind of drifted off to the left and out of view. Yep. I got up and I walked to the living room to try to find them. They were gone. That's my story. I don't know.
Whoa.
I can't explain
okay, wait a minute. We definitely, Tom, I got to write that down. I'm going to write that down because when Zeus gets back here.
Don't say it's not a succubus.
No.
There's no sexual intercourse happening.
No.
We
have to hold off because I have a story like that happened, I want to say early 2020, probably late 2019 at my girlfriend's house, where some other fucked up shit was going on right in front of our eyes. And then even as recently as last week, something really messed up happened here. But I'm telling you right now, the lights, as soon as you said that, I got chills. I swear to God, because I know Zeus wants to have her on to talk about psychology. They're both nurses, blah, blah, blah. But we have to touch on the supernatural, and we're not going to, this ain't going to last till Halloween. I mean, I'd love it. I love it if it would. You know, I'd love like to have, you know, whatever, 4 times, you know,
Right.
40 episodes. I don't know. There's no math in my world.
We'll have a Halloween episode.
Yeah, but I think we have to definitely broach that subject when she's there to back me up, because there's some messed up stuff, and the lights was a thing, man. I thought it was like UFOs, like in Close Encounters, because they moved, and there were 2 of them, and it spooked the
Like
shit.
inside.
Well,
Inside
in the house. In the house.
Look, have you guys seen Interstellar,
Oh yeah.
the movie?
Yes.
I don't think I
The
know.
the concept of
Good
the
movie.
concept of like time and space, where everything is happening that has ever happened at the same time in the same place in parallel, and that what we perceive is, I'm not saying I'm not advancing this, but
No.
the fact that what we see as ghosts are simply ourselves or others that are in the same physical space,
Oh.
occurring in different times, and we're like interacting with them.
Oh,
So
that's-
if
yeah,
you look at
that's
at people,
That's
What?
worse. That's worse than ghosts. That's worse.
but I'm saying that that's what we call ghosts, and if it makes sense
Time
if you look at-
travel.
I'm sorry.
Okay, to me, time travel, that
Fifth
time
dimension.
thing with
Fifth
space
dimension.
makes no sense. Think about it, because we're on some level, we're moving at like
Oh.
near light speed.
Oh,
So you have to have the stuff of the time come to that space where you are, but you're not at that space. The Earth is moving. Our solar system is moving around.
I can tell you.
20, you know, there. What is it? Something like 21 million years or something like that to go around the galaxy one time.
Yeah.
Something
But
like that.
from
That's
our
one galactic year.
from our perspective, but
So if you go back in time, you're going to be there's nothing going to be there. So like if you could really go back in time, the space where you are, that you're occupying, is different. Like, so it would be the same space, but all the things would be different. So like the Earth wouldn't be there. You'd just be like back in time in that space.
Well, maybe you can't do anything
And,
about
I mean,
it.
maybe you
like,
live
if you-
for like,
if
I
you
don't know,
look-
a few seconds.
if you look out at the stars, if you go outside tonight and you look up at the stars, that none of that exists.
Right.
The way
a
we're
lot,
seeing.
a lot of it doesn't exist. Right.
Or-
a lot
or
of it doesn't exist because
even if it
you're
exists,
you're looking back in time.
it doesn't
The
exist.
farthest
the way
the
that we
farthest
see it.
back that you can see
Oh.
with your eye is something
But
like
but
I don't know,
if you were,
20,000 light years, maybe.
but if you
something
were
like
to
that.
be, but if you were to get into a spaceship theoretically, and launch yourself off the Earth, and go towards that star and watch that star,
it might not
you
even
would-
be there.
Right.
but you would be witnessing it in a state that is different than the state that someone who is on Earth is looking at it at the exact same time. Again, this is like transdimensionalism. I
You're
mean,
getting closer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
things
It's not
are existing.
transdimensionalism. No,
It
it takes
is.
light a certain amount of time to travel to something. I mean, we predict the future all the time. You do it in like,
But-
microseconds. But every time when you grab a ball, someone throws a ball,
Oh my
and you grab
God,
it, you're predicting the future.
But
you're
I'm
making-
saying, if
because
you're on
you're-
a spaceship and you're
Dana, they're making me trip out.
Jack. What, Jack?
Nothing. Nothing.
I'm just saying.
I know I got it. I just talk about
So-
experiences. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, here's
Maybe
some
it was
experiences.
maybe it was drugs. It was drugs, but it was drugs.
If you look at things like imprinting, like if you look at places like a theater or a train station or an airport or things like that, where people tend to report, events where they see things that are unusual. These are places where they're emotionally imprinting things in a space, right? That is being read
Energy.
later on. I mean, Again, I'm not saying that. To me, it's just interesting. I mean, you
No,
look
it
at a place like, say, a theater, right? You go into a theater. This is a place where people are going. They're letting their guard down. They're experiencing things. They're emoting. They're having emotions. They're being scared. They're being frightened. They're laughing. They're releasing this energy that in an unguarded way. And that's why, again, I've worked in old movie theaters before, and so maybe that's why I'm attuned to it. But there's a different energy in these places. A train, a subway station, an airport, the transitional places where people experience these emotions. You feel it. I mean, there is a vibe in these places that's different than, say, the 7-Eleven down the street.
Oh yeah, well, I'm going to the theater to be entertained. Yeah, it's a different vibe. I'm not expecting to be entertained at the 7-Eleven.
Right.
Except for the homeless person that might be, trying to catch a nap near the soda, or something.
But if you go into a movie theater that's like 100 years old, there's a feel in there.
Oh,
And
man.
I'm not saying you don't have to be a
How much
psychic.
of it is psychological?
Okay. Look. You know what? I get a feeling of awe every time I go to an Apple store. Does that mean it's supernatural?
I don't know.
Hasn't been around long enough.
That haunted iPod. Jackass.
I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that this is the fact, but if you look at
it's conversation,
time as a dimension, if you look at time as a dimension, and if you look at things,
flat circle.
Everything that has ever occurred is occurring all at the same time, right now, in the same space, because and we are primitive in that we view time as linear and not something that is all around us. There could be some bias in the way that we're viewing things. That's all.
Hey,
well,
guys.
You show me someone going back in time.
Wait a minute.
Hey.
Stop. Come on. Hey, then you get the butterfly effect. You swat a butterfly, you go back to where you were from, and nothing is there, or people are flying around. It's too much to think about, Mike. It's too much. Hey, listen.
I know.
Hey, guys, I think we should end it on that. This has been great. I think we were on for about an hour. So I'm gonna I think we should probably wrap it up. And this has been all I'm saying is I think tonight honestly was great. I think it was our stoner edition.
Yes.
All I'm saying is show. We had Carl Sagan. We had Phil Collins. No offense, Tom. He was a great artist, Grammy Award winning.
Also bald.
Well, I was kind of going with that, but no offense again. Darcy, I don't know who you were, and I don't know. I'm the ghost hunter. I'm like Venkman in Ghostbusters.
I think Darcy
I'm
the
nuts and bolts guy.
Yeah, you are.
Nuts and bolts.
No, you're the tech
Very
guy.
Nuts and bolts.
You're the tech guy in one of those heist movies. That's who you got to be. You got to be that guy. I mean, you get the glasses.
Oh, Don Cheadle.
That's it. Yeah, you're Don Cheadle. Yeah. Hey guys, this has been fun. I think Zeus will be pleased, and we got to rip on him a little bit too, which is always fun. We've all done that, and that's it. All I'm saying is we're out, guys. It's been awesome. Hopefully, I can upload episode 1 tonight. We'll see how that goes.
Good luck.
Hey,
take care, guys.
Take it easy, fellas.
All right, take it easy, fellas.
Later, guys.
Bye-bye.